Picture this: a 16-year-old collapses during gym class. He had consumed 2 large energy drinks that morning before school. The cardiologist who treated him would later describe it as one of a growing number of cases: young, otherwise healthy patients presenting with dangerous arrhythmias, elevated blood pressure, and a heart rhythm that looked like someone twice their age in a cardiac crisis. This isn't an isolated anecdote. It is increasingly the story emergency departments around the country are telling, and the drink sitting at the center of it is something millions of teenagers treat as casually as a bottle of water. Energy drinks like Red Bull, Monster, and Celsius have achieved cultural normalization that significantly outpaces scientific understanding of their cumulative cardiovascular effects. The marketing is aspirational, athletic performance, mental focus, late-night productivity. The biochemistry, however, is considerably less friendly. A single large can of Monster delivers approximately 160 milligrams of caffeine alongside taurine at levels ranging from 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams, significant quantities of B vitamins in their synthetic form, and anywhere from 27 to 54 grams of sugar, depending on the product variant. What the label does not communicate is that the interaction between caffeine and taurine creates cardiovascular effects that neither compound produces in isolation. Caffeine is a well-characterized adenosine receptor antagonist that increases heart rate, raises blood pressure, and stimulates the release of adrenaline. Taurine, an amino acid, appears to modulate cardiac contractility. It influences the movement of calcium ions across heart muscle membranes. When combined at the concentrations found in energy drinks, the two compounds interact in ways that cardiology researchers have described as potentially arrhythmogenic, particularly in people with underlying cardiac conditions they may not know they have. The critical phrase there is underlying conditions they may not know they have. Hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, the most common cause of sudden cardiac death in young athletes, often produces no symptoms before a catastrophic event. Energy drinks may provide the trigger. The danger escalates significantly with behaviors common among the primary consumer demographic. Mixing energy drinks with alcohol, which remains prevalent at college campuses and social gatherings despite warning labels, compounds cardiovascular risk substantially. The stimulant effects of caffeine mask the sedative signals of alcohol, allowing people to drink more while feeling subjectively less impaired, all while their cardiovascular system is running at elevated stress. Exercising intensely after energy drink consumption amplifies heart rate and blood pressure effects well beyond what exercise alone would produce. Regulatory comparison makes the picture more troubling. The European Union requires energy drinks to carry explicit warnings stating high caffeine content, not recommended for children or pregnant or breastfeeding women, along with specific caffeine quantification on labels. Several EU countries have imposed age restrictions on sales. The United States has no such mandates. The FDA regulates caffeine as generally recognized as safe at 400 milligrams daily for healthy adults, but that figure applies to adults, not adolescents, and does not account for the synergistic effects of the full energy drink formula. The warning for parents is direct. "My kid only drinks one a day" is not a safety guarantee. One large energy drink can push an adolescent past the caffeine threshold associated with adverse cardiac events in pediatric case literature. The proportionate guidance here isn't prohibition, it's informed awareness. Know what your teenager is drinking, know the caffeine content, and understand that the glossy branding bears no relationship to the cardiovascular risk profile inside the can.